My husband visited me in prison every week with new photos of our children. It was no better reminder to keep my mouth shut. I approached the man in the graveyard and told him that I was too scared to walk alone. As he escorted me to the grave, he said, "Don't worry, you'll get used to it." There's nothing I love more on dark nights than shooting stars. Honestly, it's my favorite part of Hollywood. Another young couple came in through the door, and I hurried to get a table ready, sighing, "Weekends are always so busy. Car accidents, murders, drug overdoses. It's always the worst shift in the morgue." This is new, I thought to myself, when their eyes started opening. "Yes, sweetie. The blood means you're a woman now." He was too groggy to make sense of the pain between his legs, but he managed to ask, Mom, what did you do to me?" She looked at my older brother and said with joy, "I told you I would find you the perfect girl, honey." Gardening was the last thing I thought my wife would take up after our daughter went missing. But when our dog went digging in the flower bed and found a bone, I realized why. Being buried alive was so common in the Victorian era, so they tied one end of a string to the corpse and the other to a bell, so the corpse could ring it if they woke up, hence the saying, "Saved by the bell." As I lay in the dark, wasting the last of my oxygen, reciting useless facts, I wish some traditions were as alive as I am. I wish even more so that I was buried alone. "The tests are negative. You are not pregnant," the doctor said. "I have no idea what that thing in your body is." Seeing a trail of footprints where there shouldn't be is never a good sign. "Houston, we have a problem." I work at a crematorium, loading bodies into the furnace. You'd be surprised at how many times you hear screams after the furnace door closes. I wiped the sweat from my forehead and held myself steady as the school drug dog approached my locker. "They're trained to find drugs, not body parts," I assured myself. There's a serial rapist in my town who claims over 100 victims every year. The fact that no one believes them makes me even more afraid of her. My son was unusually tough for a 4-year-old. Usually the meat just melts in your mouth. The man switched off all the lights before going to sleep. As he lay awake, he smiled, hearing the crashing of ships against the rocky shoreline. My mom used to give me bubble baths when I was little. Years later, my therapist finally got me to open up about the burn marks all over my body. The scars from the bubbling, boiling water. I thought kidnappers were supposed to be evil people. But I'm starting to think mine is just misunderstood. I was finishing a horror story, so I wrote the end. Then, my keyboard typed, "Is coming," completely by itself. I'm not scared that I've been seeing missing posters of myself. It's the fact that the news is now saying that my body has been found. Jenna has never given much thought to the lack of sensation from her chest down. That was just her life. The night she awoke to flames consuming her bed, she just prayed the smoke would kill her before the flames reached her neck. After finally having no choice but to kill her, to eat her, he saw something that sickened him. Land. My vision is filled with green grass, and then blue sky, and then green grass, and then blue sky, and then green grass, and then blue sky. They say a severed head could still be alive for a few seconds after being severed, but mine has been rolling down this hill for what seems like an eternity. I put up some pretty solid posts last night, but I woke up this morning and noticed that almost all of them got taken down. I can't help but wonder, if they made it past the fence this easy, who's to say they aren't already inside? "Dinner time," said my owner, unlocking my cage. But my elation soon turned to horror when I realized he was talking to his dogs. My grandmother told me that it was a gift to see the angel of death in front of people's houses, to know that he would be collecting someone there soon. I thought it was a gift too, up until the day I began to see it in front of every house. Her eyes were always her most captivating feature. That's why I kept them in a jar next to my bed.